Greetings everybody and welcome back to another episode of Serious Cruise Adventures in Bevo's Tech Pack. Last episode we made this little floaty flower here, which is pretty awesome. Still gonna have to do a few more, but we don't really get a lot of mana at the moment. So I decided let's make the that Endoflame flower, or whatever it's called, which should help us a little bit at least. And you might also see my inventory, I have some things prepared for later. Let's see, let's make sure we got this right. If I remember correctly, we need one of those, like it's 2 red, but one of them is enchanted, and 2 browns, and one of them is enchanted, and the light gray one. And that gives us one of the Endoflames. Let me go put away if I had room somewhere. Sure. I need more chests. Well, maybe not. I'm gonna solve this problem soon. Alright. I guess I could have just made a second one. Then I would have a lot of space in my inventory. Alright, drop those in there. I guess it doesn't matter which order. Hopefully. And the seed. And we got them. Haha. Flame-like Shanna. I don't get that reference. One thing I noticed about this book is, the Lexica Botania, cool name by the way, is that there are a lot of little puns and references, like Not Nitor, which references to Thaumcraft. Also, I just noticed my bookmark is gone. Huh, that's interesting. I had a bookmark for something. I wonder if I accidentally deleted it. But yeah, there's something like rap. And it's like, it seems like the creator of this mod decided to add a weird game mechanic in the form of rap. I don't really know what it does, probably something bad. What's the fourth wall you're talking about? Rap is most likely just a reference to the Thaumcraft's new mechanic, Warp. If you look at... Where is my book? Oh, it might be in this old bag. I still have like an old backpack. Yeah, there it is. If you look at this, and it might load for a second. I'm not going to click this, because it's always going to take a while to load this, but it says Warp here, which is like this new mechanic I was talking about. Anyway, I believe that's what a reference... that's the reference to it. But let's go upstairs. We have our flame. What else did I add here? Number 4 is normally a sword. I don't have a sword. Alright, what time is it? Almost nighttime. Oops. So let's hurry up. Still need to figure out what I want to do here about making this a little bit more safe. Also, I think the reason why I have all those slimes here is probably because I had those slime plants from Thaumcraft all over my place. So I tried to remove most of them, so hopefully that works a little better. Now, how does this work? Do they need to be placed in the same pattern, I assume? Which doesn't really work here. I wonder if I should just... Yeah, let's remove... Can I remove you? Yes. Let's remove those 2 guys. Place those. And I believe we just toss, like, coal, for example, on the ground. And I might pick it up and do something with it. Let's get our wand so we can actually see what's happening. Hopefully. Are you guys getting energy? I might have to toss it closer to it. Not sure. Oh no, it did consume some. We only have 7 now. I guess it takes a while. I'm gonna give them like this. So hopefully this speeds it up a little bit. It's hard to tell, really. I don't know. They seem to be connected. They have the wireframe. I guess you can't really tell because the mana guy is filling... Oh yeah, it's filling up a lot faster. Look at that. Ah, okay. Pew pew pew. Lots of mana. Ooh, yes. Okay. Awesome. So that should help out a little bit. I'm gonna place those guys again. I don't know where. I'm gonna place one here. I hope that's still in range. And here? Yeah, seems to work. I don't know what the range on those mana spreaders is. Cool. So we can fill this up a little bit faster now, I think. Which should be awesome. But I don't think I'm going to do much more about Botania for today. Well, actually, maybe. Depends on how much time I have. I want to do something later. Automate some things. But anyway, let's do something we've been wanting to do for a while. Let's do some... Oops, I didn't put away my book. Let's do some Applied Energistics. By the way, I don't think I mentioned that. Remember how I was missing one press and I went out to get it? I actually had an extra one in, I believe, this chest or something. And so now I have 2 of those, which is kind of silly. I went so far to get them, but whatever, we have it. Also, I noticed, I watched some tutorials about Applied Energistics too, and it turns out we don't actually need, we don't actually need the ME controller necessarily. Like, it's not important for a basic setup. The only thing that does, that it adds is each side of this cube adds another 32 channels, and Applied Energistics 2 works with channels now. Like, you can only hook a specific amount of devices onto one channel. If it's too many, it just stops working. So I guess we can make one just because it looks fancy. And I still have enough of those. I had to use some for something. And I believe it is the engineering processor. So I made a bunch of those. We already made this one the last time. We only needed a silicone one. And you just add some redstone and you get them. So I have a couple, 2 to be precise. Well, actually, before I do that, let me double check if I don't need something else. I believe we might need the energy acceptor to actually get energy from like a different system. I believe we need this. I tried this in creative and I think I used an energy cell instead. But we're gonna make one of those things too. So we need this thing, we need an ME drive. Oh, that required 2. That's why I didn't make it. I see. Well, you know what? Let's make an extra one. So we need a diamond, a piece of redstone, and a piece of silicone. I can show you how this works then. But I guess I showed you last time a little bit. So first of all, I believe we need the inscriber one for the diamond. And I didn't show this last time. You can actually see it, like watch it, press it in there. It looks kind of cool. So we got that guy. Then we do the same thing. Actually, is it this? No, I believe it's this one. Which is the silicone. No. Maybe it is this guy. I never know which one to use. Nope, that's not it. Is it this one? I have all 3 on me. Which one is it? Let's see. Oh, it goes in there. Oh, it is this guy. Okay. Yeah, you can see it in there. It looks kind of cool. Boop. They're very slow, so we're gonna have to automate some things here. And then we put both in there, a piece of redstone, and you can see it here getting pressed together to one piece now. Pching! Awesome. Looks really fancy. So we have 3 of those. Nice. I might need a few more gold ones too. I might make them off camera. Okay, so we have the sky stone, which is cooked sky block, I believe. Yeah, sky stone. You smelt it, you get sky stone block? Whatever. Kinda weird. I don't know if this is used for anything else. Put those 2 there and some ME cable. And no, wait, that was not it. I'm an idiot. What was it? Let me see. Was it like this? I'm mixing 2 recipes. ME controller. This guy looks fancy when it gets power, but we'll see that in a bit. So we do need the energy acceptor, which is quartz glass, a flux crystal, and iron. I should have some glass here. I should have iron in here. Was it 4? I think it was 4 pieces. And a crystal. Let's take this one. Alright, we can just do this, I guess. That's not it. Energy acceptor. Then we also want to make an ME drive. This is where I need the 4. I need 4 more iron, actually. I made the drives already. Let's see. Let's take a block, I guess. I made 4 1K drives for now. Just because they're quite expensive to make. They need this storage component, which needs like charged or pure crystals, and also... wait, does it need? Oh no, it needs any crystal. Okay. But it also needs one of those processors. If you want to make the next stage, the 4K one, you need 3 of those with like a quartz calculation processor. And it just, yeah, it's too much work. We can do this once we automate the inscriber, I guess. But let's make, what did we do? This guy. The drive, so that's what we use to insert our drives. The drives are for what we actually store our items on. Kinda. You can see it like a chest. So you store, I should probably explain this a little bit if you haven't used Applied Energistics. So each of those drives has an amount of bytes. You know, you can 1K drives, 4K drives, and so on. The more bytes you have, the more items you can store on it. And it also has a number of types. So you can only have 63 different types of items on this drive. But you can have up to 1025 bytes in this case. Each item has a different amount of bytes. And I don't know, it's not too complicated. It shows you how much you have left and stuff, so it's not too bad. But right at the beginning, we don't have we don't have a lot of items. Well, we don't have a lot of a specific item, but we have a lot of different types of items. So I think it's better to have smaller drives, but more types, just so we can put everything in there. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so we have the drive. This is where you put them in. We have the power acceptor, which is awesome. And two more things we need to actually access our items. We need either the ME terminal, which just shows you the items and you can pull them out and put them in. Or you can also make the crafting terminal, which requires a ME terminal, but this one also lets you craft using your AE system. So we're going to make one of those, which means we have to make the ME terminal. So we need a gold processor, we have that, but we need two of those guys. Oh, those are different ones. Formation core, which needs another gold one. And this guy, what's the difference? Oh, the one requires dust, and the other one requires full quartz. Okay, but you get two. That's nice. And we also need this guy. And another calculation circuit, which is, I guess, yeah, it's a pure surface quartz. Alright, so you know what? I'm gonna get those items ready so we can assemble the crafting terminal, and then we're gonna set this thing up and hopefully transfer most of our items into the system. So I'll be right back. I was just down here trying to get some obsidian, and I found diamonds. That's fortune, right? Yes. How much do we get? Hopefully there's no lava. Should have checked. Any more? Is that it? Not a huge vein. 8. Alright, that's okay. If you ever want to mine obsidian, get a atomic disassembler. Oh yeah. Alright, I also made the dimensional transceiver. We made all the things we needed for the ME drive. So we should be good to go. Is there anything I should put in here right now? Kind of want to put away the obsidian, not sure where. I guess in here, as a free slot. Okay, so the dimensional transceiver is kind of like the tesseract from thermal expansion. Yeah, I think that's what it's from. The only downside is that it doesn't transfer as much energy. This one only transfers up to 1000 RF per tick, while the tesseract transfers 10,000. And I crashed. Alright. Let's maybe try this again and not click on it with any item in my hands. Alright. I actually have that problem with a lot of tools sometimes. Okay, so let's just call this wind energy for now. I'm actually going to add more energy later, but for now this is good. We want to enable send and receive. Yeah, we want to receive and always active. Okay, let's add this. Right, power mode, receive, yes. I kind of want to make sure that those things aren't connected everywhere, because like I mentioned before, there could be some issues with this. Not totally sure. Let's also make sure that the top, if I could, is there? Oh, there's a block. Can I? No. There you go. No. How can I access this now? I need to access the, That's a problem. Might have to go around. No, come on. Place it there, please. I need to access this guy. Is it not connected, bro? Okay, hold on. Oh, I'm still in fast mode. Let's not do that. Alright, there we go. That makes it easier. Let's make sure it's just insert. So we don't want to extract it. Receive. Oh, no. Send. Yeah, we want to send. That's what it means. Okay. Silly me. Alright, so now we can set up our machines, and I think we should be... That was weird. Good to go. Let's give it a try. I haven't done anything on the room yet. Still have to do that. But we're going to put this guy here. Use the same frequency, but only receive. Okay. Very cool. We add our energy acceptor. Again, I don't know if we need this in between, but just for now I'm going to do it. We're going to add our fancy ambient controller, and this guy looks amazing. Wow! So pretty! I think it looks amazing. It only glows when it has energy, so that seems to work. And then what we want is our drive. You can just attach them next to each other. You don't actually need cable. As long as they touch each other, it's fine. And this is not a good setup either. We have to change this later because, like I said, you can add 32 channels to each side. And I'm just adding things randomly right now, which is not very good. And I guess for the terminal, I kind of want it up high. So I'm going to put a cable here, just connect to the thing. And then at the terminal. There you go. So now we should be able to access the terminal. Awesome. This is what it looks like. So you can expand it a little bit. You can search your items. You can sort them. And then you have a crafting item here, crafting terminal. But right now we don't actually have any items. So let's put in our drive so we can actually store stuff. And all you have to do now is take your items and dump them in there. And they stack nicely like this too. Awesome. And then when you want to craft something, you just take it out of there. And then if you would use it, it pulls it out from your ME system directly. Very cool. And then on the ME drive, it shows you right now we are using 61 of 1024 bytes on one of the drives. And we occupied 5 different types. Because we have 5 different items in here. Sweet. And that's about it. That's really all there is to it. Yeah. We have those fancy illuminators. Maybe I want to use those to light up this place. I'm not sure how bright they are. We can probably put one here, for example. Yeah, they just glow. And depending on the cable color, you can actually color them. They change the color too. So maybe if they're bright enough, I'm gonna have to check. Maybe we can use them. I'm just gonna leave it there for now. Cool. So I'm gonna have to move a lot of my stuff from over here over to the new system, and yeah, then it should be all good. Later on I'm probably going to put some terminals in the middle of this room just so it's easy to access them, or we're going to make one of the wireless, there's like a wireless terminal you can use. If you attach the receiver, you can get like an item in your hand that can access your ME system if you're in range. But yeah, for now this is good enough, and this is going to be awesome because I can get rid of a lot of the chests. Hopefully we can store everything in there. You can actually dump all those extra things in there for right now. And we do have to set up the crystal accelerator. I'm going to do this differently though, because I don't want to use up the energy for this the whole time. Like I don't want it to be active the whole time because it consumes a lot of energy. We can make a... what is it called? A wrench or something? No, network tool. This guy. It needs a wrench, it needs an illuminator, and some calculation processor. So I'm gonna might make this. This tool gives you information about the AE system, how much energy you actually use, because right now we can't see, because you need to right-click the ME controller with that wrench. But yeah, so we're gonna make one of those eventually. Here's also the wireless terminal. Needs quite a few things. But yeah, that's stuff for later. We can fill in stuff now. I'd say stuff a lot. And that's gonna be awesome. I just moved all of our ores over here, so they're in the system. I usually sort them by number of items. Kind of nicer to see what you have the most of, I guess. A little bit easier. Actually, surprisingly, we have the most nether quartz of all of items. But yeah, you can just like type in things and search for stuff, you know, like the iron, I want to process this. So very cool. And here you can see now, oh, because I took it out, you can't. Let me put this back in. The first drive has an orange lamp now. Orange means that that drive does not have room for more types, but it still has room for items itself. So since I removed the iron, we know that the iron ore was actually on this drive. So I can put this in, and I can put in more iron ore into it, but I couldn't put in, like, for example, the cardboard box now. If you look at the other drives, this one already had 34 items in there. So it's getting full really quickly, which is why I made a couple of those. And byte-wise, I think we're okay. Like, it's slowly getting closer, but I can just add more drives for now. We don't have that many items yet, so should be okay. But yeah, that was quick. And later on, we can obviously automate a lot of things. So if we put in like iron ore in there, it will automatically put it into the crusher or the sawmill, sack mill, or create the dust out of it and then put it into the smelter and so on. So it should be pretty cool. Alright, so I started moving a lot of things over. There's still a couple of chests here. And those barrels, I think I'm going to leave the barrels because there's no reason to put those things in there. Maybe some cobblestone, but for most of the crafting, you don't really need that. Those chests are always here for temporary storage until we have a automated system here. This one is empty. This one is still full of things. I have to check this out. This one as well. I started moving some of this. I'm not sure if I can put this in. And this one. And this one too. But I'll leave the leaf one here because the grass stuff, there's so many different types. I'm going to just leave them there. But the problem is I'm actually running out of space, as you can see. Or out of types. We only have 3 different types that we can put in. Most of them are actually already full to the max. But that's fine. Like I said, it fits. Most of it, so just a couple of more. There we go. Seems like we're full, so I can't put any of those items in now because there's no room for it. But if I have items that are already in here, I can just dump them in. But yeah, it should be good for now. And as you can see, all the things are in here. There's some items that I'm gonna clean out. Like right now, I just dumped in everything, right? But for example, there are a lot of items where I only have like one of, and something like this, like the armor. It's like almost gone. I don't need that. I don't need this really. I don't need this quest book because we don't have the mod installed. Open blocks book I don't really need in there. I can just, make like a, I guess like a chest. Yeah, I guess I can get rid of the bow too. You can just make an extra chest somewhere that no one really wants access to. And just get rid of it. There are a couple of my hats in here. For some reason, my hats don't stack either. I'm not sure why. It's kind of strange, so I might take that out too. It doesn't have to be in here. So yeah, there's some things that, you could have it in here if you want to, but really it just takes up space. All this broken stuff here. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to take out some of the things. And that should be good. Stairs and stuff is fine. Those research nodes, they don't actually work for me because I changed the Thaumcraft blocks or configs to turn this into, like in the Thaumcraft config. Oops, you can specify how difficult the research should be. I set it to easy because I've been through the Thaumcraft stuff. Ooh, there's a seed multiple times already, and I don't want to always redo it. So I set it to easy. And on easy mode, you don't need those research nodes. So they're actually really useless to me. I think same as the knowledge fragments, but I'm not sure. I'll keep them for now. But yeah, so that should be good. Lots of things to clean up here. Again, same nodes. I can get rid of that, and then I can dump in more of the things I have here that are a little bit more useful to me. But yeah, that should be good. That should be all for this episode. Get rid of those cranks. I hope you guys enjoyed. Next time I'm gonna work on that automation I was speaking of earlier briefly for some of the Botania stuff. which is gonna use the another Steve's mod actually, not the workbench this time, but the factory manager, which is also a pretty powerful block and mod. So we'll take a look at that probably next time. But yeah, that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.